Quick week 2 of PBL Weekly. Rumor has it that the venom poisoned JP's meal, and he had food poisoning, so he couldn't make it to week 2. Investigation going out on that.
What do you mean, rumor?
So it's been
confirmed?
confirmed that the venom got rid of JP, and he couldn't be there. But another good week. A lot of things, just crazy things. Every team ending up with a 3-3 record going into playoffs, had to settle for tiebreakers. But yeah, any thoughts on the weekend?
Well, yeah, first off, I'd like to say that the poisoning strategy works very well. So in the future, if you want to do that, it's pretty easy. I really don't know what to say. I mean, had some good players, but seriously, the poisoning strategy, that was the best thing going into the weekend.
I mean, I gotta admit, I'm pretty humbled to know that I'm so deep inside of Goltz's head that he felt the need to, poison me to get me out of his way. But if that's what it takes, I guess in the heat of competition, you do what you gotta do. So
I mean, if you're humbled by having that weak of an immune system, I mean, continue to be humble. It's all good.
JP, don't eat or drink anything on Saturday.
Strictly bread and water. That's all we're doing.
Look, now I'm in everyone's head. We're talking about JP's diet, not mine.
Yeah. Yeah. Anybody else? Opening thoughts?
I mean, there was some other sabotage happening elsewhere. I don't want to name any names because I don't want any more goals taken away from my team. But
yeah,
don't make it questionable.
Yeah, it's there were some questionable calls. I was reffing a game, and someone said I had a questionable call. When you pay for B-level refs, you're going to get B-level reffing. But this is the players' league, right? We don't pay the refs, right? So you just gotta, score more than the other team.
I like it.
For the kids, it's not for you, Midball.
That's fair. That's fine. And the kids are taking over. The parents are out of town. Spiders are it's Wiener and the boys this weekend.
Yep.
How do you feel about that? Do you trust Aaron to lead the Spiders?
I believe he was the 2019 Assistant Coach of the Year.
I think the key word for that, though, is assistant coach.
Yeah.
The role this week.
I don't know. I'll trust the leadership from the Harviews and from Wartgo. And
so does this mean you're stepping away from the PBL for good?
I wouldn't say for good, but
hope so.
It's like, when a lion reaches maturity, they got to go start their own pride. My guys are ready. They're ready to just sit up there with their own little Pumbas.
Just so you know, we own the word players and box and league. So good luck.
We don't own the word lakes. I can confirm that.
Lakes,
we're not allowed to
I checked with the
word lakes.
trademark office.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nowhere in lacrosse, box lacrosse, we're allowed to use the word lakes. In the state of Minnesota, if we branch out of the state of Minnesota, we might be able to get away with it.
Yeah. So, figure it out. You might have some time on the plane ride back from Pittsburgh to figure out what words you want to use. I guess before we talk about the matchups and the seeding, let's go through maybe the offensive and defensive players, standout players, and grinder of the week. I know I have a nomination for offensive player of the week, but I don't know where we want to start.
I got a grinder, and maybe it was better matchups this week. Spiders had their Trevor Baptiste, player of the week gone. So Jimmy Somerville was really able to shine, winning faceoffs for us. We possessed the ball a little bit. The guys are, kind of buying into his brand of lacrosse. I'm going to throw his name out there. I don't know who you guys got, but he was grinding for the Jokers last weekend.
Well, I don't really know. I mean, I had quite a few offensive players of the week on my team this week. So, I mean, as Caden Peterson said, I mean, it was just a charity. Here's a goal, here's a goal, here's a goal to our guys. So I can't really pinpoint it on my team. But I would just say like the best player was just like Jack Smith. I mean, the kid came
Jack
out.
Smith gave us headaches all weekend.
I mean, the kid, I told you, I was telling
Steal the
everybody.
draft.
I was telling everybody he just had to knock the rust off. That first week, he was just he had to get past the whole like, okay, I got to push past 5 seconds and then I'll be better to go. And like, because that first week, I mean, he was really good for 5 seconds and then like he just couldn't breathe anymore.
What was the nowhere town he's listed as?
Le Center.
The pride of Le Center, Jack
The
Smith.
Pride of
He literally
Le
is
Center.
going to be the pride of the center.
And
I think
be the
that
mayor
means. I think in French that's the center. So he is the center of your
the
team.
center.
He is, yeah.
Yeah, and that was going to be my nomination for offensive player of the week. Just was lights out. Grinder, I second Jimmy. He just is a grinder in general, but he.
I mean, I would also give the grinder award to Jack Smith. I mean,
yeah, just give all the awards to Jack.
Seriously,
because I mean, it was crazy. How about anybody have any defensive players of the week?
Tate, whatever Tate's last name is on my team.
Yeah,
Tate. I am all for a full venom across the boards.
He went
Defensive
3-0,
players
I
of the
think.
week.
Hey, you went 3-0. I can't argue against.
It's got to. Can we even go? Can we even do two? Can we even do two? Like Tate gets defensive player of the week, and then Ryan Butala gets defensive player of the week as well.
Yeah, he had a good weekend.
I would second Butala, or even
surprise player of the week.
Surprise or a comeback.
It's really hard. Like, because Butala definitely like played on his head.
He's on his head.
I mean, all weekend. And the only thing that's unfortunate is like I don't get to sit there and like Butala doesn't get to come to the bench and I get to have these like conversations. Like Tate is out here just like, Coach, can I do that? I'm like, yeah, of course you can do that. And he's like, what do you think about that BT? What'd you think about that BTB, Coach? Oh, it was horrible, but it looked really cool. And you're playing really hard on defense. So you get to throw that whenever you want, Tate. So, I mean, that's why I threw Tate's name out there first. But then it's like, yeah, Ryan really stood on his head all weekend. And,
how about Goltz's energy right now? Last week he was just down in the dumps, burying his team, and now Goltz has one good weekend and he's buzzing.
Dude, it's been a long week with everything. I mean, like I'm not gonna get into everything, but it was rough. This Tuesday was just brutal. We all know Tuesdays terrible. Just woke up on Wednesday and like everything just like I don't know what happened, but everything just like. Everything just like came so much better today. Today after school, we went kayaking on the river with some of the teachers and all this stuff. And I mean, granted, I really don't want to go kayaking because I don't want to tip into the river. Oh, you're not going to tip into the river. Guess who tips into the river? I mean, I tipped into the river. I mean, laughed it off, soaking wet for an hour and a half down the river, and now we're here. How can you not have energy?
The sleeve monster even got him. Goltz is rocking.
Oh yeah,
I was about to do. He's showing off his shoulders.
I was about to do no shirt. I completely forgot about this meeting. I get this text. I had like no shirt on. I was ready to turn the lights off and go to bed, and then I was like, wait a minute, gotta like.
Yeah, pump your guys. I like the Butala pick for defensive player of the week. I mean,
and Tate.
Okay, you can have all the Venom win all the awards this week. It's just Venom award winners, and rightfully so. I mean, they really did turn it around, and I know that the Sundogs were missing a couple guys. The Spiders were missing a couple guys. I think Venom finally had all their guys. Everybody was
we were missing Tucker Morris, but rumors on the street he's going to be back here for a championship weekend.
So yeah, you were missing a guy. It's funny how a couple players here and there, you know, in and out of the lineup can really change things. I know Sundogs were missing Chuck this week, and that really hurt. Just you know, overall.
There's a storyline. Speaking of the Dogs, there's a storyline I heard wasn't a part of this game. I don't even know who the opposition was. Might have been the Venom, but I heard, you know, not to say JP's least favorite player was gone week 1, back week. I don't want to say it's his least favorite player, but you know, there's been rumors. And I heard this week it was free rent in this particular player's head. He had a tough week mentally. Kids were getting in his head. I don't know if it was the Venom or the Spiders. Any of you guys have any info on that?
Yeah, he was the human highlight reel for Jack Smith. That's what.
Oh, okay, that's what it was. Okay,
that's what he was.
Got it. Okay.
Hey, the kid's coming off a big weekend. You know, he picked a school, picked a great school, well deserved. You know, congrats go out to him for sure. Coming into a new game, using a stick he's not used to, and he's thinking about all this other stuff. And you know, you guys got him when he was easy to get, but he'll have his coach there. He'll have his great teammate Chuck Altier there. We'll be ready to go come Sunday morning, ready to dominate, ready to show out. It's championship weekend. Everybody's got the same record. Everybody's beat each other, right? Anything can happen at this point, but it's up to the players. And it's up
Correction. I haven't beat the Spiders. I have been spider bitten.
And we haven't beat the Dogs yet.
Wow. And the Dogs are the 4th seed.
We had a shootout loss to the Dogs.
How have you guys not beat every team?
Imagine.
I've just been picking on you and JP. I've been picking on the easy ones.
And that kind of leads me into the matchups, and I believe it's Spider Sundogs.
That is correct. 1 and 4.
Yes, it is.
So, yeah, we'll start with the 1-4 Spider Sundogs. So the Sundogs seem to just rise up to play the Spiders and figure out a way to win, and then can't ride that momentum into the other games. But it seems like they're the ones that somehow can crack Andrew Williams enough to just, you know, get to 7-8 goals, which seems to be enough. And, you know, a shootout loss, obviously, you know, pretty close game, but are the Spiders worried that this was a tough, like, is this like a trap draw for them?
Yeah, so it's interesting you bring up the trap draw. I think one thing that kind of sneakily will work in our favor is 2019, we were the 4 looking at the 1. So our guys know to take that morning game very seriously, right? We've got a ton of people on the roster from last year that know what it's like to be the underdog coming in that game. And they're gonna, in my humble opinion, we're gonna give them the best punch to start that game. So we're not gonna start off slow. Williams will be ready to go. Sneaky prediction for Offensive Player of the Week. It's going to be Aiden. I can't even say his last name. Rosenblatt. He's going to be the Offensive Player of the Week next week. And the Spiders will be ready. They're not going to take them lightly. It's kind of nice. It's a team, you know, they're going to be able to get up for. Haven't gotten them yet, but we'll see this weekend.
So yeah. What did the Sundogs, you know, what problems have they caused you? You know, why haven't you been able to get over them?
He's scoring too many goals.
They're scoring too many goals. They got that one super big 9s. Dude's like 25.
Axel?
Yeah, he's gigantic. He scores all the goals.
I have 12.
He's good.
He seems like a Venom guy. I really wanted him because of his name. I really wanted him on my team.
He is 100% a Venom guy. Like, just like he is always serious. I don't like. He scored like a 17-yard step down in a box game, and he wasn't even happy about it. Yeah. He was like, that was a terrible shot. I shouldn't have taken that, and I suck. And I was like, well, you just tied the game from 17 yards. It's only the field is only 25 yards long, and he just rips it and buries it. And he's like, no, like that was stupid. And I'm like, okay, well, all right, you know, if you're not happy, then whatever.
But you gotta watch out for him, and then it'll be
he's good.
Some extra possessions. Now we'll have our face-off guy back. Hopefully get Gavin there for the whole day. He was kind of in and out of the lineup last weekend. So guys will be ready, though. We know what we're dealing with. It's a good team. It's a good team. Big respect to the Dogs. They put it together this year.
Yeah, you know, I'm excited for this matchup, but, you know, we'll look at it like every other game. It's just a game, right? We don't care about seeds. We don't care about the team, the other – like, we're here to play. We're here to show out. It's the players' league, so it's up to the players to decide whether or not they're gonna show up and dominate, or if they're gonna let them, stick with us and make it a tight game. But we got a bunch of guys coming in that are ready to go. We got Chuck coming off of IR. We got myself coming off IR. We're gonna come in with a lot of energy, ready to go, and we've already beaten this team twice, so we show up, take care of business, we're on to the championship. No big deal.
How soft is it that a coach was on the IR last weekend? Like, that's a tough look, man.
It's just a game sounds like the biggest losing equation I've ever heard in my life. It's just a game. It's like you're ready to lose already.
Another 36 minutes. It's another chance to play. Nothing different. That's all it is.
So yeah, I mean, going now to the 2 and the 3, the Venom and the Jokers. These two teams to me have been either horrible or like lights out. Like, it's like, what? Either it's gonna be like the game of the year, or it's just gonna be completely sloppy. And I think the Venom and the Joker specifically have been the most, like, they've looked the best and the worst at the same time and haven't been super consistent.
Yeah, I think it goes along with both of our brands. It's just kind of, when the table's hot, we're throwing money around on that blackjack table and we're doubling down. But when it's cold, it's pretty ice cold, and you've seen that when we haven't been able to score a whole game. So, I think we ride the wave and we ride the roller coaster, and we're all in. And just being non-biased, I think with both of our teams, some games our goalies can't stop a beach ball, and some games they're not letting anything in. It doesn't matter what you throw at them. So I think it's a little bit of everything, and it's part of at least the Joker brand, and I think probably part of the Venom brand a little bit too.
Yeah, sure. I don't really know what he just said, but whatever.
Sick,
He
dude.
was talking about tipping into rivers and how that feels, and
this whole like whatever, like, yeah, respect for this team. I don't get this stuff. Like, my team's gonna come in. It's not gonna be funny. Like, we finally got our groove going. Like, we all click on the same page. My whole team just sits there. Like, the accountability on my team is, I think, what's made everyone better. It's like, you screw up and you come back to our bench, like, it's not a good day for you. Like, what in the world were you thinking? Joe, that's a terrible shot. Caden, scoop up the ground ball. Like, everyone's yelling at Simon, and then, like, no one's yelling at Tate because Tate's over here just taking people's heads off and just, like, playing fantastic defense. And but we're all on the same page. I feel like we have a bunch of, like, guys that just, like, if it wasn't for this PBL league, they would totally all be out on the wake surfing.
Yeah, I was gonna say a lot
whatever.
of lake guys on your team.
Yeah.
It's
a big obligation for them. Like, they're like, oh gosh, my mom and dad signed me up for this thing. Gotta go take care of business, and then I'm on to the next thing.
I did spend distracted next weekend.
I did
trying to get
spend
that
an
last
hour.
Wait, huh?
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was saying I did spend one game on the Venom bench, and Goltz is absolutely right. They're just like, I don't even know if they're like even watching the game really. Like, they're just kind of like, whatever. And then they're like, oh, it's my turn to go. And then someone dodges, through 4 defenders and throws a BTB.
And his name happens to be Jack Smith.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
You don't get up for overhand. You get up for BTBs.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, all about it. Like, this whole, like, I was really, like, upset. Okay, that highlight, like, Jack did everything good. And that one highlight that got put on Instagram, it was like, Jack, you switched hands in the highlight tape. Like, what are you doing? Like, you switched hands one time. You didn't have to do it.
It's a story, folks. That's not staying on the feed.
Yeah. What was I going to say, too? It's like, my team is very capable of getting under the skin of all the players on the other team, and they do a very good job about it. Like, anyone can be like, oh, buddy, you're bad at lacrosse. That doesn't work anymore. That doesn't work anymore. I'm not going to tell you what my team does because my team is just so much better at mind games and chirping than everybody else is. I can say this one out loud because they got into PMAC's head and I can see him. He's just already just like he knows exactly what I'm going to be talking about right here. Caden Peterson. If we can have a Best Chirp of the Week award, Caden has to get this. He's sitting there on the bench. Ted's ref in the game. Caden is like, what is this, a charity? Oh, you get a goal, you get a goal, you get a goal, you get a goal right in PMAC's face. And PMAC had absolutely no response for it. It was the
We
funniest
should do a
thing
chirp of the week.
I've ever heard in my life. I'm dying laughing on the
Yeah,
bench.
that was
He's
good.
like, oh, man.
That was
And,
good.
So
Another award for the Venom to win. Chirp of the
yeah,
week.
just chirp of
Yeah.
the week, Caden Peterson. Is this a charity?
So, Golds, how perfectly Players League would it be if the two substitute teacher squads are in the final?
Wait, like, oh, I mean, it would be perfect. I mean,
Amazing.
would I be surprised? I mean,
No.
no, not at all.
That's how it should be.
You get two overcoached teams, they don't make it, and then
You gotta let the reins go a little bit. Let 'em
yeah.
run.
I'm the overcoached team. Look at the Spiders. They're the most overcoached team in the league. Like, come
I'm
on.
letting them flap their wings. It's a peacock. You gotta let them fly.
You're doing team meetings and stuff before. Come on. I'm
Team meetings, past tense.
Spiders are the most overcoached team. I'll stand firm on that.
Oh, they're on their own.
Yeah. I mean, we're not showing up next weekend, or this weekend.
We'll stream the game though if it's a championship. I'll watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
Homer.
We'll
I'm not watching a third place game.
we'll see what happens.
There is no third place game.
Good. There shouldn't be.
It's gonna be.
Why there isn't?
Yeah, we're. This is really a toss-up. I mean, it just depends what team shows up. For all, I think for all four clubs, I think everybody's had moments where they've looked great and moments where they've looked like they don't even know what lacrosse is. So, we'll see. We'll see if that I don't know who has the 9 a.m. or the 10 a.m. game, but I feel like those morning games start a little slow and then the intensity picks up as we go. So, we'll see what happens.
I don't want to do too much of a soliloquy here on the soapbox, but as bad as 2020 has been, we got 4 teams at 3-3. We got improved goalie play, improved media. Boys are buzzing. Let's keep it rolling.
Yeah.
Spiders
Hey,
repeat.
the parity's there.
Spiders repeat.
Boys are buzzing.
Boys are buzzing. That's all I got. Anything else? Any other thoughts?
Nah, I'm an hour ahead, so it's time for me to go to bed.
All
I'll
right.
see
Good
some
luck
of
this
you
weekend.
next weekend. I'll see some of you this weekend, and it'll be fun. It'll be a fun one.
See you, boys.
Later, pals.
Yeah.